And welcome back to Mate76 Gaming. My name's Morgan. This is The Outer Worlds. Just going to jump back in and pick up where we left off in the last one. So we just diverted power as per the mission, and we've got to get this bloke, Thomas
Food's
Kemp.
bound to spoil at this rate.
He needs some books.
One of us want to go see what...
So that he will go back to Edgewater. So we've got to find 3 volumes.
happened.
Can we fast travel over there? Into the community centre. And we also need more heavy ammo. Okay, looks like the people here haven't respawned. So we've already been through here. Okay, so guys are still dead, which is good. Thought they may have respawned when we left and came back, but... Heavy ammo is what we need. Don't think we have anything that'll use energy cells yet. Oh wait, let's back out of here. We don't need that. It's actually the exit. Vendor, can we actually buy some heavy ammo? Advanced defensive helmet. What does it actually give us? Just armor, okay. Intimidate +3. Okay, so heavy ammo. Yep, that's our assault rifle. So we're going to get upstairs. That's Engineering Volume 1. Volume 2 will be in the other location. already convinced one of the residents to head back because we went and found Zoe before. Thought we were clear of that. Apparently not. Just got tagged by the back end of the mine. We got a little camp here. They've been catching those little critters that are running around. We can't seem to get close to one. All right, where are we going in here? Into the cannery. Just need to make sure we don't get seen borrowing these things. That's the 2 volumes. Yeah. Can't get out on that side. Oh yes, we can. Had to go past the vending machine. Okay. Local community centre. That used to be in the town of Edgewater. Okay. Do we have a third, or is this enough?
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
I guess we head back and see. If that's acceptable, the botanical lab. Give him the books we've got. See if we need to muck around finding the third one. Or maybe if he can give us any more info on where it might be.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
I got 2 of them.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Okay.
Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind?
Whoops.
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
Do we even ask what he was doing in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Look, not without power.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. Are you sure about this? If we head back to Edgewater on our own, Adelaide won't come with us. She'll stay here and curse us till the end of her days. You know where to find me.
Okay. So we've done all their little side missions. We haven't found the 3rd volume, but he seems pretty happy. So can we remove Reed from Edgewater? Try to do it with our words. Let's check what our gear gives us. Tech skills. Let's jump back over there. It's a vending machine. That's what that green icon is. An objective. Okay. Thought one of those might have been the 3rd volume, but not to be. Go and talk to Reed again. See if we can convince him to leave. Is there anything in here we can use in the logs? No. far around we can use? Might give us some more dialogue options with him. Left hand severed at the wrist, thumb bone damage.
Just gotta keep our heads up.
Right, so how are we going to convince him to leave? That's the million-dollar question. Plasma rifle. If we take that, that's going to shut them down, which is not what we want.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
Okay, they don't want to tell us anything. I guess we just head up and see what we can get out of him. Hopefully they're a bit more luck than the last time.
You some sort of freelancer?
I appreciate what you've done.
Excuse me. There we go.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town. I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanist couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of him and shut down the greenhouse.
Now we're getting somewhere.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Don't want to tell him.
And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. So, Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
Sure is.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Either way, work it out. If they treated the people a bit better, he wouldn't have to leave, so... Not a lot of sympathy for him. Even though he was just trying to do the best. But he failed. So, back out to the Botanical Lab. And we'll need to find and steal their power thingo while we're here. Once the people leave. Hi Adelaide, the snake's back.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
That's the power regulator we needed. Now, Do we have to tell the people to go?
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Calm down, Thomas.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
This was the other one we talked to.
Never liked Reed much.
Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Yeah. Alright, so they must all know what they're doing now. Oh, the 3 volumes. Not sure where his 3rd volume is, but it's not our problem. Stranger in a Strange Land, yep. Return to our ship. That's the landing site. Titus Androidicus. Interesting. So the vicar should be
this your
here.
ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Excuse me.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
You've already helped us with the bandits a fair bit, so you can come aboard. Here's the vicar.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Okay.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Nope. Oh, okay. Maybe we do.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Just wait 1 second. What do we got here? Plasma rifle, 71. Yes to that. Okay, so there was some wreckage down over the other side, which we didn't go down and explore. Just wondering before we leave, give it a quick look. Maybe this is where that third manual will turn up. He's got nothing. Lucky we came up here before we left. Grab all this swag. So then we hit from the other side, yes. We got a heap of weapon parts out of this at least, so that's good. What is there? Check it out before we leave. And it was northwest of here. Oh no, it's around behind, just off to the west. So we didn't go out the back of the plant. Came in the front way, exited the front way.
Get ready. Not even a scratch.
Okay, some new enemies, little flying things. Abandoned Spaces Choice Settlement. Alright. No one else saw that. So that's good. What do we get? Another level up. I get this one up to 20. Unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation, hitting enemies in different locations during TTD maims or cripples those body parts. Fair enough. Sneak around the back here. Come behind this bloke. Actually, we need to go around the back. This one as well.
Here they come! That's the last of them!
Good times. just a crashed trailer or something. Can't get into that building unless there's an opening at the back. Nope. Sealed. Doesn't look like there's a secondary way into that one. These doors are all sealed. One doesn't say it's sealed necessarily, but it's not opening, so... Can't get up on top of there. Here we go. Somewhere we can actually get into. Yeah, not a lot in there for us. Okay. Alright, let's trim some of these back. Ah, so that's a damage type, so 122. That one actually does more. Ah, these are energy. Okay, bolter pistol 116, 122. Bolter pistol. Break that down. Break that down. And we got this junk we can sell at the vending machine. Alright. Yeah, the other thing is those little group of buildings on the map. This might be them up there on the hill. I think we can put a marker on the map. Either way. A short fat snake. Yep, so that's the last little grouping we haven't been to of buildings. Let's check it out. Do we want to pick that? See what's in this one. Also need to be keeping an eye out for that third engineering journal. Alright, let's go in there, let's give it a go. See what we get. Actually, do we have anything? What do we got? Technical skills. Hack +7 may be better.
Nicely done.
Scorch Journal. Okay, someone's building a flying death machine. Already seen that. Oh, I guess that's it. The railroad reads back around to that settlement. Guess that third journal could be behind any one of the other locked doors. We didn't have the bits to... or that we didn't want to waste the bits unlocking. Either way. Plasma rifle, plasma rifle. That can go. Well. What's up, Vicar? I thought you were going to get a room. Thought the doors were going to be unsealed. Once the captain was back. And the ship thinks we're the captains, so... not sure why they're all still sealed. Anyway. It's not really a pressing issue.
Welcome back, Captain. All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
Absolutely. See what the Unreliable can do.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
No doubt.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
All right.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
No, let's not ask any more questions.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
So we need to hit the captain's quarters. Get this shroud. Now we can open it.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Okay, projects a disguise. Yep. Alex Hawthorne. Okay. Our log entries. That's what we got. Black market leads. There's a shrink ray. More about the shrink ray. Oops. So how do we use this shroud? Be the $1 million question. So you got an airlock there.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
All right. Let's head off. Phineas's lab. Probably needed to actually check where we're meant to be going. Where are we headed? Groundbreaker. Okay. Terraformed moon of Monarch. Okay. Oh, we can't move that around at all. Oh. No, that's the Groundbreaker. Oh, okay, so the blue icon's us. I thought this was us. The blue icon must be us. We're on Terra 2. So the Groundbreaker.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Do we need to do anything, or...?
Goodbye.
Let's just be able to leave.
Can we talk?
If we must.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Absolutely not. Okay, up to 2 companions. Okay, might as well bring them both then if their skills are going to stack.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical.
Fair enough, okay. Let's go and get this.
I'm sure Miss Chief...
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time.
We should do a save every once in a while.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Alrighty.
Identification, please. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Fair enough.
You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Why not?
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Fair enough.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? You noticed, huh? They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
All right.
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Okay, so don't badmouth the board.
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Sure thing. The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Fair enough.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Fair enough.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Okay.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
All right. Be seeing you.
All right, Vicar Max.
Captain,
what are you up to?
If I could trouble you for a moment of your time. While we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Okay.
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Captain.
Keep these guys happy.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Fair enough. come back to that. I'm guessing if we probably do the bounty, we might be able to get to
Try
the
not to
terminal.
be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Public notices. Okay, the promenade smells. Fair enough. Okay, take it up with the board if your ship's impounded. Okay, some admin messages. Private Tale, I haven't seen him in days. Where are we on that toilet clog? Okay, someone's trying to get the old gang back together to meet up on the Groundbreaker. Okay.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These
I'd
stairs
piss off
are
to get
Ford
assigned
property.
here.
Disperse now, or I'll detain
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
The kitchen. Must be going up to the head muckety muck. Mike's Armory. Scrapworth vendor, salvager.
Just plugged the last of the O2 leaks. I'm ready for downtime.
Nasty encounter you had down there. Sorry, man.
CNP Borstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst.
What's this terminal got? Recent users. M. Callahan is signed in. That doesn't fit right. Okay, you can always pursue a career in salvage if it doesn't work out. The public notices. The heat. Sublight salvage is looking for workers. Udon Bedford, who we have to go and see. It's not on people loitering.
Are you
Medical
listening
Bay.
to me, Emfuru?
Space's Choice vendor.
Ooh, can we rent another
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for...
I'm not going anywhere, you hear?
Let's head to the bar and meet this first person and get the mission underway.
Are those XF-411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardets, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I hope so too.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. My engineers have managed to keep the heat to livable levels, but all the fixes are temporary. This wound is bound to fester. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Fair enough.
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable. Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Okay.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
That's the docking bays. Auntie's kitchen.
Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed?
Okay, so we need an ID cartridge so we can use the shroud. Head back to the docking bay so we can ask her. Oh, we can't get over to it.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming little ship's been impounded and I'm afraid I can't let you near it till it's not. I'd surely love to, but that's just not my bailiwick. You'll want to have words with our representative here from the board, Mr. Udom Bedford. His office is on the promenade.
No doubt.
Have yourself a pleasant day.
Okay, so we can't even duck back there. Let's go back to the middle bit. Okay, so we need to talk to Udom Bedford. Is that one? We can also talk to the person in sick bay. Which is just near here.
C&P chicken and potatoes.
I know she's in there.
Medical bay.
You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. Surgery mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
No doubt. But we can't do that while our ship is impounded. So, 3 volumes we don't need. Looking in Gladys's shop for old records. So we try and get these parts and get the radiator fixed.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
To the back bays.
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
So we didn't have our skills high enough for those two, so...
You stumbled into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business, then it's time to light up the grill. In.
Okay. During adventures, this may happen to your character that can trigger a floor offer. Taking a floor is optional, but doing so provides you with a perk. Do we want to have a plasma weakness? %, extra. I think we might reject that. So it's good we didn't lose our companions permanently when they were shot there.
I'll keep quiet.
Maybe that's how I meant to sneak past.
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place, or cut them off.
Interesting.
It's so cozy.
Actually, before we get out of here,
Have your back, Captain.
so far so good. This is back to where we were before. The icon definitely says it's over that side. Let's have another go. Have we walked straight past it, perhaps? Yes, we have. Straight past it without even seeing it. Okay, so 20% extra tactical time. Look, that will help us level up quicker if we're taking XP from them as well. So there's dialogue, stealth, and text still. And Vicar Max. It's leveled up. Yeah, we give him some health, try and keep him alive. All right. Let's head back. Hand this over to the engineer. Start the repairs on the radiators. Those big doors look like walls.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Okay.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Well, don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Guess this is our elevator.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the range here. You don't need to kill the mantillae, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I've got this thing about giant insects.
Archival logs. Yeah, the family's taken ownership of the Groundbreaker. And they're fighting for their independence. It's upstairs. Let's not waste all our ammo on it. Okay. Now we set ourselves on fire. Of course we have. So don't touch the glowing hot stuff.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused to the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next.
We also need to keep an eye on this club because we haven't repaired it for a while. 88%. 98, 92. 56, we're still going pretty well. What's this one? Okay.
Investigate.
Watch out! That's the last of them.
Now there's Vicar Max that we lost him for a second.
Process equipment.
Incoming!
Requires for adjacent automech.
So we didn't finish searching up top. We'll just duck back up and sweep this area. No, there's actually nothing in there. Cycle droplet pumps. Coupled together. Okay.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Yes, the Groundbreaker does owe us thanks, but they've confiscated our ship, so... Oh, this is where we came in. That was a door that was barred. I'm guessing if we get a few of these side missions done, when we go and talk to the guy from the board about our ship, and actually point out that we've been helping, might look on us a little more favourably.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Okay.
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayan, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Look, we don't really want to farm off Parvati.
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. You've got my attention.
All right.
This Halcyon News.
So we've cooled the ship down. Oh, we can't finish that one. You're up in her office. That one's back there. He's off the ship. Sublight salvage. Oops.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
That's Udom Bedford. Thought we selected the other thing. Thought it was in this little courtyard area.
Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Sublight salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
Oh, we can just use a terminal. Okay. Legitimate businesses don't run from the authorities. Anyone seen Hawthorne lately? We have. It's underneath our dropship. We should have actually probably checked the medical bay. Engineering it was, rather. I thought that might have gotten under her skin using that terminal while she was right there, but it's not like stealing or anything, so we're good to go. Okay. Daily checklist. Back bays, the promenade status. Morale has dipped. Messages from Udom Bedford. Okay, let the frog boil, he says. Okay, so it looks like Udom Bedford was holding up the radiators to try and get an embassy.
This is Halcyon.
So that'll be some interesting information when we speak to him. Give us a little bit of leverage over the conversations, maybe. Now we're going upstairs.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable?
Sure am.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
I guess we stop calling ourselves Hawthorne or it's going to get tricky.
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
There always is.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities. Thank you. I work hard to keep it that way.
All right.
Be seeing you.
So we need to get
Make
this
sure
key
you aren't followed on your way out.
before we can do anything. So, can we go through here? Hello again.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix it.
Actually, we speak to Gladys. So we got to speak to Gladys there as well. So we might go and knock off talking to Bedford first, and then we can do both the lots of questions while we're speaking to Gladys.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
For the following
I
story.
think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Ask why there aren't enough new faces
thing's
in the
locked.
Oxygen colony.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Oh, you can turn in wells. I think we want to do that.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Relax.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
Yep.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, that was simple.
However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Nope.
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Guess we gotta see if we can help him.
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
Not a problem.
Be
do you
my
have
guest.
anything else?
You refer to the radiator issue? Oh, goodness, it was dreadful. I was sweating constantly. Chief Tennyson certainly did take her time resolving it. Gracious, no. I can't imagine what gave you that idea. I only facilitated communication between the board and Chief Tennyson. It's not my fault she was stubborn. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you, excitable. Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference. I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands. I have few complaints.
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
All right. Got our ship cleared. Which means we can go and talk to Parvati.
Did you bring me anything? New parts? Last weekend's crossword puzzle? Preferably not already filled out this time.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages? I got him here on my data pad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. Made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. When folks start implying you're a little different from an automechanical, you start to wonder. I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't nothing bawdy, if that's what you're thinking. It was just... honest. And full of typos. Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
Alrighty. Yeah, we don't really dodge and block. We might leave defense and put more into the ones we're going to be using. That will do.
I'll lock up.
behind you.
Yeah, you can both come. Save us having to come back and get the vicar when we finished at the bar.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever...
Ah, that's Gladys. I'm gonna go to Lost Hope first.
So, how's this work?
We interrupt.
Do we get a table, stand in a corner?
Story. Tossball.
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert. Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper. Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake. Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is. Bottoms up.
Purpleberry wine's all right if you require a sweetness to your spirits. Seems like a drink that would suit you, Miss Holcomb. Just mind how much you imbibe.
Wow, this is really kind of nice, actually. Who'd have guessed old fruit could taste so good? Oh, Captain. I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing?
It's a good question.
You're funny. Yeah, I guess we're doing that, aren't we? Crewing together, seeing the stars. It's like something out of a serial. I like the ones with grand romances. And I think I'm flubbing mine. I don't know what to do about us. Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all. It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve. Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration, here I come.
Good call. It's best to proceed with a light hand the first time.
Shush you. Oh, Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared. Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me? There's nothing easy about spilling your guts to the person who's got your heart in their hands. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not? What do you mean, Captain?
Oi, oi, oi.
So if I'm doing my very best to be kind and open-hearted, I shouldn't worry how she thinks of me? Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts. Well, I suppose so, but I want to be my best self for her. A good person, worth caring for. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about.
Certainly has been a whole lot.
Do you think I should ask her on a date?
Thought we were out.
All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're good people, Captain.
Well, it's not like I could be elsewhere. Nor am I capable of neglecting a wayward lamb in need of guidance.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
All right, we're done. No. Gonna take it back to the ship.
Hey there, Captain. Anything I can do for you? Be seeing you.
So we didn't have anything to turn back into him.
Hey, that pad down there, with the lights off, there are people unloading a ship.
Probably another sublight contract haul. Could be drugs.
All right.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. Some of the drinks we tried I even liked. I guess it's not all disgusting. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me.
Yep.
I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, So if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises. Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those two-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal and I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
No worries, it's not like we got missions to be doing. Is that the end of it? Quest completed. Let's head back out.
You see we had a conveyor pull in?
Can we get down to that ship they're unloading? Doesn't look like it.
Wish we had bigger weapons, but no. Be careful about blowing holes in the hull.
Ooh, half our lockpicks. Not exactly sure where we are, but we'll just save that before we drop down here.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Anthony...
Alright, we can sell our junk.
Yeah, because she remembers me. When you were...
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light on the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Alright.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Alrighty.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Okay, so... we need the Stellar key before we can talk to her. Gotta leave the station to get that one. Guess the other thing we've got to do here is check the bounties. Medical Bay, what's in waste disposal?
Watch out, there's some puddles of... Actually... One down.
How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
Okay, Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of the Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until someone found it by poking around the stevedore's quarters. Look for a loose panel, climb on top of the bunks, head towards the back wall. I can't watch his head because it's gone. Nothing else we can do in here. Can we ask her about
Gracious.
the weapons?
I was just sitting down for tea. What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence. Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
What about non-famous players? I earned quite a reputation as a fifth back during my seminary days.
You do have a favorable mop, I must say. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
All right.
This place has a smell, right? It's not just me? Like mold and old socks?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
Okay. Let's check his messages. Don't want to steal his stuff while he's staring at us. Get us sprung.
Damnable thing about living on a space station. No pigeons to feed. Oh, you can feed the sprats, sure enough. But then the neighbors start moaning about hygiene. How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Oh, that's Gladys again.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. All of our
Can't get over the
listeners
bunks.
remember that lack of productivity is not the victim's prize.
No. Okie dokie, so got to purchase the nav key, we've got to do the other things. It's a distress signal, and we're going to find this dude on Scylla. We do have to get into the salvage, not salvage, the security area. Okay, so there's an ID cartridge. Used with our holographic shroud, you will now be automatically disguised when entering associated restricted areas. Okay, so it is all automatic. I'm gonna get him past them. Okay, temporary access restricted area. When it runs out, person will see and interrogate you.
Keep your sights out, friend.
Come out and reset it. We went the wrong way. I think we've got to go down that back room. We might save now we've picked that thing up anyway. Do we hack this? Do I have something that gives me a better hacking? What's this one? Tech skills. Hack is part of stealth. Okay, so we want something that boosts our stealth. Okay, so we got some goggles. Stealth skills +5, armor 4. Hack +7 will be better than stealth +5.
Great work.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the...
Confiscated goods. Security logs. Brought last hope.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Let's get out of here before we're sprung.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Ah, Vicar Max, I don't trust you at all, champ. Something a bit shady about him. Anywho. Okay, so everything we're going to do now, we've pretty much got to leave. Let's head back to the ship. Work out where we're going to go.
Down on 22 that you did.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? My cargo's worth a lot of money.
Well, you probably should have insured it then.
It is. I'm just trying to make small talk.
Ain't small enough.
Okay. I'm definitely going to come back here to close all those missions out, but looks like everything they want us to do is off-world, so... weapons from the void are there somewhere. Got the distress signal from Gladys. And the captain, so Skilla. Or Terra 2. Terra 2 are right there. We might actually go to Skilla.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Oh, Scylla? Alrighty. So we are doing... Interesting.
This is real space, isn't it? Empty, silent. Never thought I'd see the like. I'd look up at night, but...
Can't walk 5 meters without stubbing your toe on a loose rock here.
Alright, so this is Scylla. And it's also where we might wrap this one. Now we're at least in a new location, and we can come and explore this place a bit more in the next one. So thanks for watching this video of The Outer Worlds, as we continue our little playthrough. Yeah, still good. A lot of good dialogue options. The mission structure seems fairly decent so far. Still early days, but yeah, pretty enjoyable. Runs fairly well too, as well. Yeah, but that's it for this one. If you want to catch more of the videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified when there's a new video uploaded or a live stream starts, you can hit the little bell on YouTube. Also, if you want a few minutes extra heads up on a live stream, you can also follow at MH76Gaming on Twitter. There'll be a tweet a few minutes before we start a live stream. Just gives you a little bit more heads up. Anyway, that's it for this one. So we'll be back next time with some more The Outer Worlds. But thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. See ya.